Fuck a diss record. I'm on that Get the Bricks record. I wanna get rich record. You fuck boys. I've been sipping lean with the good Lord, doing drug deals with the devil. And my brother's been out there on tour, but I've been getting it on another level. I can't Twitter beef with these pussy niggas. I'm trying to get rich forever.
Hello?
What's up, bro?
IQ, what's happening, man?
Oh, you know, same old. You?
That's what's up. Hey, man, we'll talk about me a little bit later. But for all of you who do not know, this is Tin Man TC.
And it's your boy High IQ.
And this is the Fried Bologna podcast.
The podcast that's as random as Baron Davis dating the chick from Jurassic Park.
Oh, shit. Not only is that super random, but that may be the most random thing of 2017. And there's a lot of random shit that happened this year.
I believe it is. Yeah. Yeah. Of all people. That's crazy, man. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, 20 years his senior? That's not a young lady.
Yeah. When I first heard about it, I was like, oh, shit, the daughter? Like, all grown up? And I was like, wait, no, it's the mom. Damn, B. Diddy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, he's beating down them old ivory cheeks.
Man.
Hey, she wanted her. Apparently, she's into black guys. Like that's what she goes for.
Didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. Well, of course, I got that from the blog site you and I frequent. So there's like a 25% chance that's actually true.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Shout out to all to all the homies on that blog site we're talking about. It's like a Fight Club thing. We're not going to tell you what it is. So before I make more jokes about Baron Davis and this old lady, I am not sure if you can tell, my voice sounds a little different. I'm fighting off a cold, and I want to send a message out to all the lowlives who had a hand in getting me sick. And you know who you are. You're everybody I work with, coughing and sneezing and blowing your nose all in work, and then talking to me like you're not sick. Warn me. So to all of you assholes, fuck all of you. And thanks for nothing.
All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty pissed about it. I hate getting colds, man. I hate getting sick. I thought I avoided it. You know what I'm saying? But nah, those inconsiderate jack-offs at work. Anyway,
Man.
Back to Baron Davis. Back to Baron Davis tickling the ivories. Now, this is only random. It's not random because she's a white lady. It's more random because she's an older white lady who's also, a Hollywood actress. Like, I don't know who I thought I would see Baron Davis with, but it wasn't her.
No. I mean, yeah, the lady from Jurassic Park. I mean, it sounds absurd. It does.
That sounds absurd.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like when I woke up that morning, that was the most shocking thing I've heard all week. And when that's the most shocking thing you've heard all week, either the news has been a little slow or I'm just that shocked by Baron Davis's choice in women.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm not hating though. Like, I'm with it. I'm not only with interracial dating or interracial coupling. I'm all for it. I don't care who anybody's with. It's just shocking that it's her and she's an older white lady. Like, I wonder I can't speculate how old she is. I don't really know. What would you say?
50.
50? Her
Yeah.
daddy must have really hated niggas for her to keep dating black guys. Her daddy must have been the fucking Pele of racism. If
I mean,
she's still dating black guys all the way up until she's a grown ass woman. Like, I can understand it in her younger years, a little rebellion, a little bit of the trying to see what these stag parties are like. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, but still, like, he must have been the fucking Grand Wizard of the KKK.
look what you just did. You just did what white people do to black people. You just assumed you just assumed the absolute worst. What if she just prefers black guys?
I'm thinking
What if
of it
it's
more
none of that?
Yeah, it very well is none of that. I would say there's probably a bigger chance that it's none of that. But that narrative isn't as funny as mine.
You went dark. You went dark. But I don't know. You could be right. Who knows?
Yeah. Part of me hopes I'm right. I would love to hear that story. I would love to hear Baron Davis's 30 for 30 whenever that comes out, and then we get into like the final chapter of his life when he settles down with this older white lady whose daddy was the Grand Wizard of the KKK, and some refer to him as the Ronaldo of racism. The Sebastian Bach
ESPN.
of the Bach of nigga hating.
ESPN to green light it.
I think they should. If nothing else, Showtime maybe should.
Oh yeah,
because I feel like there's going to be a lot of niggas thrown around in the last chapter of his life, especially if they find some recordings of her dad at those rallies.
Yeah.
Listen, we're just digging this hypothetical hole just really deep.
Yeah, we're taking it.
We're still talking about this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hope y'all enjoyed it. But hey, Happy New Year, man.
Same to you, bro. 2018 is crazy.
Already, man. The 2017 was probably the fastest year of my life.
Sounds about right. Yeah. A lot of crazy shit going on.
Yeah, man. There is a lot of crazy shit. And shout out to Uncle Murda. I can't wait to hear the 2017 wrap up. I'm not sure, IQ, if you're familiar with those tracks, but 2015 was hilarious and like spot on, and 2016 was just as dope. So if you haven't listened to them, I suggest you listen to those now. And then wait for 2017 to happen.
I've seen them. They're whack to me.
Oh,
I gotta
word?
be honest, man. Yeah, I mean, it's not so much he's whack. It's just so much. It's more so. I kind of don't want to hear a rap about the previous year. I'm good. I'm just not into that type of shit. Like the subject matter.
Oh.
I know it sounds like I'm a hater, but just like, I know what happened in 2016.
It does sound like hater talk.
It does.
That does sound like some hater talk. But I can't say shit. I think if our listeners don't know by now, I'm the motherfucker on this podcast that hates everything. So
yeah, you're the one that
say
gets
you hate
blackballed
something
every week. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. That's what I'm here for. But I personally love those songs. Any of our listeners don't listen to IQ. He don't know shit about shit. So go ahead and YouTube them shit right now. Uncle Murda, wrap up 2015 and wrap up 2016. And then we'll be on the lookout for 2017 too. But in the spirit, go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. Just off the top, just random. So, with him being a professional rapper, that's what he does for a living,
Mm,
Do you think doing this shit every year is easy, like a walk in the fucking park, or do you think he actually like gets stuck on things, like him being in the game for like damn near a decade or more? Like, is this like literally easy work?
I personally think that this doesn't take very much brain power. You know, not like creating a song from scratch would. He already has his material. He already has his theme. Sometimes that's the hardest thing to come up with. And then you just take the shit that you liked or found shocking from the year and just make it rhyme. And he's not spitting any, even though I think the songs flow exceptionally well, like from topic to topic. But he's just basically reading off a stat sheet and then maybe coming up with a punchline for it or delivering it in a funny way.
But then you have the pressure of each year. Like, you don't want to hear,
I see what you mean.
Shit, 2015 was better.
Well, that can't be his fault, really, right? Shit's got to happen in order to rap about it.
No, but the actual rap. Like, if he's, I mean, I'm sure, I mean, he's not going Nas on these things, but, you know, he's dropping a punchline here or there. And if it turns out 2017 is like, mediocre punchlines, he better come correct the following year.
Yeah, you're right. I do believe that there is a certain amount of pressure, and I would actually love to hear Uncle Murder's take on. Hey, Uncle Murder, I know you're a fan. I know this is like one of your favorite podcasts. One of the things you listen to when you're commuting from murder to murder. I would love to have you on the podcast to ask you how much pressure you feel you're under from year to year to deliver the wrap up as you do. I'm a huge fan. IQ's not, but I'm a huge fan.
This is true. But I got to say, one of the best verses I've heard in hip hop was a track that he collabed with Banks on one of Banks' mixtapes. I forget what song it is, but it's dope. One of the best verses. We have to look it up.
Yeah, I mess with Uncle Murder.
Yeah. He's G Unit, right?
Hey,
is he G Unit?
Yeah, he's G Unit. Yeah, 50 got the deal done in an hour. He said that in the 2016 wrap up.
Wow. G Unit has.
Yeah. And he's going to be in a movie.
A movie? What movie?
Yeah, 50 got him a role in some Bruce Willis movie or something like that.
Huh. Oh, shit. And 50 got a movie coming out. You think that shit going to be good?
I hope it is. Yeah, I hope so. I like the theme of the movie. It kind of looks like it's what's that movie where the cops were also the robbers? What was it 999 or
999?
Like 999. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that movie was pretty good, but this seems like this is in the same vein as that kind of movie. So I hope it's not too similar. I hope it's
what
good.
I thought. That's exactly what I said. I said, it's 999, the movie from last year. But but you got to check it out. You know, you got to support Gerard Butler. You know, Gerard Butler.
Yeah, absolutely. Leonidas.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah, it's Leonidas, man. This is Sparta. Man. Shouts out to Gerard Butler. Speaking of movies, did we discuss Bright already? The movie Will Smith?
No. We a couple episodes ago, I had mentioned Netflix has come out with a movie featuring Will Smith, and it looks kind of shitty, and all this fucking hate came my way. But go on. What have you heard about it?
Did you watch the movie?
I did not watch the movie. No, based on the reviews, I'm hesitant.
Oh, so you take reviews seriously? I'm not asking that in a confrontational way. Like, if a review of the movie says this is bad, like you won't see it because that's the review.
No. If I'm on the fence about seeing a movie already, and then if the reviews are bad, I'm like, not really. I don't really need to see it. But if I'm excited to see a movie and there's bad reviews coming in, I'll still see the movie. It's just the ones I'm on the fence about, and I was on the fence about this.
I don't really want to talk about this unless you see it. I think at least for Fried Bologna homework, your Fried Bologna assignment should be just watch this movie for the sake of having a discussion about it next week. Because I don't want to talk about it if you ain't watched it. There's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, but what you just said could be said about anything, though. Like I could say,
huh?
Like like I could say, like I want you to watch something for the sake of Fried Bologna, but if you know
I do
that
it.
it's gonna be whack, or you know you don't want to watch it or listen to it, now you feel obligated because it's for the sake of the show.
Yeah, you're supposed to make sacrifices, man. Think about the listeners.
This is like a whole
Are you
big
that
reverse
selfish?
psychology type of thing. Well done. Well done. No, but I, I mean, well, just tell me what you thought initially. Like, just was it good to you?
Yo, I don't want to discuss this movie until you watch it.
You're gonna make me watch this movie for the sake of having a talk. This shit better be
IQ,
dope. This shit better
IQ,
be. This shit better be
you're a grown
amazing.
man. You can do whatever you want to do.
This
If you
shit
choose to
better
watch the
be.
movie, then we'll talk about it. If you choose not to, then we won't.
We probably won't be
The
talking
ball's in your
about
court.
it. We probably won't be talking about it. Come on,
Hey man, that's a
bright,
choice you made.
bright. Come on,
Hey,
man.
Fried Bologna homies, this is Tim and TC talking to you right now. Just let's step aside and have a conversation really quickly without IQ. Listen, I care about you. I do what you guys ask for. Some call me selfless. Others, the Black Santa Claus. And they're right. I am similar to them. But if there's anything you guys have ever asked me to do or anything, I'll be sure to do it for you because I care that you tune in every week and listen to us. And the least we can do is, when you guys need something, want us to talk about something, I make sure to do that for you guys. So we can step back into the podcast and talk back to IQ if that's okay. All right, cool. Good talk. Hey, IQ, we're back.
And what's crazy is out of the hundreds of people that listen to this podcast, maybe thousands by now, I don't think any of them have seen Blight or Bright, whatever that shit is.
We
I
don't know
think you're
that. We
alone,
don't.
man. I think you're alone, man.
Hey, Baloney homies, also don't forget we do make dreams come true. If you are looking to be a guest on this show, please either email us or tweet at us or hit us up on IG and find out how you can be a guest on this show. We'd love to have you. And I also know that at least 40% of you have seen the movie Bright. I'm only speculating.
40%. All right.
Dude, people love Will Smith. You're the only motherfucker I know who does not like Will Smith.
That's not what the numbers are showing. The numbers are saying different. Bruh,
Dude, okay.
Will
Are you
Smith
talking about for the movie
good
Bright? Don't you think the Hollywood studios are having a hand in slandering this movie? Because Netflix can essentially change the landscape of Hollywood by releasing Netflix-only movies.
So
I
we're
think
going
there's bigger
conspiracy
forces at play
theory.
than just.
We're going conspiracy theory for this movie.
Listen, man. I'm not saying that. Actually, I'm not talking about the movie. I was actually about to give you something. But I'm not. So we'll watch when you watch the movie. We'll talk about it.
Look, man. Look, you're a big fan of Will Smith, and I'm a fan.
Nah.
But let's be honest. What's the last Will Smith movie you like? I mean, let's be real. I mean, come on.
That's an opinion of yours, and we don't share it.
Shit, If Mike came back and he was averaging 8 points a game, I'd be like, hey, hey Mike, I gotta keep it real. This season ain't your best.
You talking about a 50-plus-year-old man playing in a basically a AAU league.
It's facts. It's facts, bro. But hey, man.
Yeah, whatever,
All
man.
the time, bro.
So, let's go ahead and move right along. So I was about to say, after we talk about Uncle Murda, I was about to say, in the spirit of the new year, do you make New Year's resolutions?
I do. Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Uh, how do you? What do you do? I mean, what's the resolution that you make, or if you want to talk about that, and how do you come up with your resolutions?
Um, let's see. I mean, I don't really make this a big deal, but when you start thinking about like, damn, New Year coming, and just usually something pops up in your head like, damn, New Year coming, gotta get in shape, or New Year coming, gotta try to get some more money, some shit like that. I wouldn't say it's a. I would say it's just like a goal, But I'm not doing these
Right.
grand things like, you know, I want to lose 100 pounds. I want to buy a mansion by the end of next year. No, I'm not doing crazy shit like that. But it's good. I think it's good to do. But some people say that shit's stupid. Do you make resolutions?
Yeah, I'm one of those people. I'm one of those
You
people.
say
I say
you think it's
they're
stupid?
Here's
Why?
why I think it's stupid. I mean, surprise, surprise, right? Here's why I think New Year's resolutions are stupid. Is if it's something you want to do, something you want to achieve, why wait until this arbitrary time to make that change when it could easily be just tomorrow or this upcoming Monday? You know what I'm saying? Like, why does it have to be January 1st of the new year to do it? Either you're going to do it or you're not. And if it has something to do with the arbitrary time between January 1st and December 31st, July 1st and June 30th is the same amount of time. So I don't get the making this New Year resolution. It could be at any time you want.
Oh,
This
okay.
New Year, new me shit. No, that's stupid. Like, it's same jackass that we knew yesterday, last year. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay, but
yeah,
then
fuck a
okay, but
resolution.
you're assuming that people are saving goals solely for the new year. Like some people could have smaller goals each and every month or every other week, but then they just save
Then that's
like a
not a
big
resolution.
goal. Well, yeah, if I say, "Hey, 3 months from now, I want to be able to do this," I mean, a resolution is no big. It's just a big ass word for a goal, like a new agenda. So you can start like a new habit, a new
Well,
agenda anytime.
I you're just proving my point. Why wait
No,
until
no.
January 1st of the new year to do it? It's
Well,
a goal. You
because
can
if
do it
you,
at any time.
but you could start goals. Like what I'm saying is, you shouldn't ever start all your goals at once. So how do you know? Like, how do you know I have not had a new goal every month, and then it just so happens this big goal I'm going to start in 2018. Like
Because you're
if you
likely
start
full of
every
shit.
goal, if you start every goal at the same time, you're going to lose. Like that's like me saying, I'm going to start
Well,
waking up early at 4, working out, working on my script. I mean that's crazy. No one can do that.
yeah, but you're kind of changing the argument now. I'm not talking about the amount of goals that you're making at once. I'm just saying, why if you're making goals every month, and obviously January 1st starts a new month, then yeah, I mean it's not a New Year's resolution. This is just what you do throughout the whole year. So that's a different conversation. I'm talking about people who are just waiting till January 1st to stop trying to be the piece of shit that they were yesterday. When you can do that at any time. It doesn't take January 1st of the new year for you to set a goal, for you to be a better person, for you to be healthier, for you to, read that one book a month or whatever that is.
So do you
Now,
think some?
I do believe Like here's if you're a person who happened to set your goal January 1st, call it a resolution or what, and let's say, hey, I'm gonna read one book a month, and so at the end of the year you read 12 books, and you say, all right, this year I'll read 15 books. That's a goal. That's also a resolution. But like, if you're measuring yourself like that, I don't necessarily. I understand that a little bit more than being a fat ass or something, or a smoker, and you're saying January 1st, I'm not smoking anymore. January 1st, I'm going to the gym. You could have been done that.
Okay, that's a valid argument, but like a lot of people struggle with motivation. So I'm not in this category, but I think a lot of people need that extra push. What bigger push could there be when collectively the entire nation is making a new resolution? Right? Some people just need that.
If that does it for you, then whatever.
But I
That's
mean,
weak.
that's not weak.
If that does
I
it
wouldn't
for
say
you,
that's
then
weak.
go for it.
I wouldn't say that's weak. I would say that's understandable. That's human nature. Like, how many people out there are actually doing things that require leadership or require courage? They need like a group of other people to kind of comfort them, make sure it's okay to do it. You know what I mean? It's not. This is human. This is what humans do. This is why social media is so huge.
Man, when did you become soft?
It's a reality. I'm not speaking for me, but I understand like the reality of how people think. No one. There's very few actual go getters.
Because those millions of people that are starting resolutions the same time with you don't give a shit about you. They don't know you, and what you eat doesn't make them shit, and vice versa. Do it for you.
Correct. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. But it's no different from. It's just a time of the year collectively. I mean, I don't fault anyone for doing that. I mean, if that's the case, now most people.
Oh, let me. Although I'm speaking very judgy, and I don't care if somebody does it. Like, that doesn't change my day at all. I'm just saying, if asked about it, I think it's stupid. That's all. And what I think,
can't say it's stupid
nobody
though.
cares what
I
I
really
think.
can't say. I really can't say it's stupid. I don't know. I can't say it's stupid.
Okay, maybe stupid is the wrong word. I don't know. I don't know what the best word is, but I have like a group of words. It's, if you're trying to set a goal, don't wait until the new year to do it. Just start doing it. Because if you're serious about it, you're going to accomplish your goal no matter what. If you're not serious about it, then you keep pushing that time off to do it. Like, if it's July, if it's August, and you're like, hey, beginning of next year, I'm going to really stop, eating so much fucking pork and drinking Coca-Colas all day. You're just giving yourself more time to do it until you actually get serious about it. You know you shouldn't do it. Start now. Well, then it's about willpower and all that kind of shit. That's what goal setting is fucking perseverance and all that shit.
But when you argue, there's a lot of people, maybe close to half, that the new year sneaks up on them. And then they're just like, oh shit, like, new year, fuck. In a couple weeks, couple days, my goal for the start is to do this. I don't think a lot of people are like January 2018. I don't think people are going to be like, man, you know what? Start next year, I'm going to do this. I don't think they're waiting. I think there's a lot of people that just, this shit sneaks up on them. I'm like, you know what?
I think there's a good percentage of both of those people. I'll split the difference.
Right. Yeah. Well, no, I would say it might be 50-50.
Well, I think we all know which 50% I'm talking about.
So you know, so okay, so for you, how often do you make goals then?
Um,
Once a
I
month,
would say,
quarterly?
but I don't. My goals, like maybe it's a problem with some of my goal setting, is like I don't necessarily have like an end date to them. They're like ongoing, like going to the gym. Like there's a time where I wasn't working out as often as I had in the past, and I said, hey, I really need to start getting my shit together, going to the gym more. And I'm not measuring it by like how many days a week I'm going. I'm just going when I have time to. Like I'm going the days I don't have my daughter. And sometimes that's only 2 days a week, and sometimes that's like 5 days a week. So if I go 4 out of 5 days on my 5 day week, then that's a win. If I go twice on my 2 days a week, that's a win too. But I'm just not going to let weeks go by without going to the gym anymore. So, like I said, that's an ongoing goal. Professionally, I guess my goals go from year to year. Meaning, like for this year, I'm gonna focus on being a larger asset, being indispensable by doing A, B, and C. And then next year I'll have a track record to ask me to start asking for a raise or demanding one or seeking other employment, things like that. So I hope I answered your question. I feel like I was rambling.
No, I get it. Okay, so your okay. So when did you start making a goal to work out consistently? Then, like, when did that start?
After my basketball league was over.
Okay, so like what? Like
Yeah,
3 months
I
ago?
have a problem with lifting weights and playing basketball. Because when I go to the gym, it's going to be one or the other. I don't have all night. I'm not young anymore. I can't like lift hard for an hour and then play for another hour, hour and a half. Like, no, it's one or the other. So at that point, I chose basketball. And of course, you kind of lose your strength, you lose your muscle mass. So I was like, all right, after this league is over, I'm going to give myself about a week or two to like recover. And then I'm going to start lifting again more consistently.
Yeah. Well, kind of going on off on a tangent here, but yeah, basketball and lifting. Yeah, that's a lot of tax on your body, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember? I don't know. You're probably a bigger fan than I
Oh,
am,
and also
but
having a full-time job. I'm sorry. Also having a full-time job. You got to add that in that equation too.
that's true. Yeah, because that should have killed you.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm sorry. What are you about to say?
But do you remember the story of Michael Jordan when he started lifting weights? To deal with like the beat downs he was getting against the Knicks and the Pistons and shit.
Right.
He started lifting weights before games.
On game day. Yeah.
How fucking crazy is that? Like
Well,
how does one have energy?
Well, you got to think of this too. Okay, they have shoot around. They have like their light practice, and then they have a game later that night. That's all they're doing that day. There's that time where they can be doing whatever they want to before the game.
Okay,
They don't have
now
class.
see,
They don't have a job. So like, if you have 8 hours to do two things, lift weights, or three things, lift weights, go to your shoot around practice, and then actually have a game. If you have 8 hours or so to do that, that's doable.
now see,
It takes discipline, but it's doable.
and I used to have the same argument, but the only issue is the only thing that we're leaving out is the media obligations for certain players. So he may not really have 8 hours. He may have obligations for Nike, obligations for the NBA, obligations for the Bulls, dealing with the press,
Well,
doing
that's
something for
the
ESPN.
well, that's the operative word is discipline. You got to have the discipline to do it. Like, who's to say that Mike wasn't waking up at 7, getting his day started at 7, lifting before the shoot around or walk around, or even 6 in the morning? who's to know when it started? And after warm up or after the walkthrough, he had his media obligations, Nike obligations, and whatnot, and then several hours after that, the game's at 5 Eastern or whatever time. It would leave him enough time. I mean, just I don't know his schedule, but I'm pretty sure since he did that's what made him great. He figured it out.
Yeah, I'm not saying like how did he do it consistently. I mean, because he was obsessed with getting better, so it's understandable. It was probably easy work being consistent, but I'm just surprised at how it didn't seem to affect his game at all. Like that type of lifting and then playing a 48-minute basketball game in the fucking NBA, plus the travel.
Who are we talking about again?
MJ. I know he's not human. I get it. But I've seen the man bleed before, so he's only half
you
God.
Thought that was blood? You thought that was blood? Let's not forget that Michael Jeffrey Jordan was also a psychology major in the NBA. And he played a lot of games with people. So that bloody nose, that broken foot, those were all measured. He did those things to overcome a challenge. That's the only reason they happened. Nothing happened that he didn't allow.
Now, and forgive me, I don't want to make this a Michael Jordan type call here, but I have to say this because I was watching some old highlights of MJ on YouTube, and it hit me, man. Think about this. Do you realize how fucking rare a Michael Jordan is? And what I mean by that is you have someone who is the greatest basketball player of all time. And the reason why is because just given his upbringing, his genetic makeup, we were able to witness someone who was at the peak of his physical condition, right? Athletically,
right.
One of the most athletic people ever. Okay. Then on top of that, just his upbringing or whatever, he is one of the most competitive people the world's ever seen. Then, on top of that, mentally, he's damn near unbreakable. Like, the more you talk shit, the better he gets. Like, there's never been a time where it was like,
it's
oh,
like the
man.
Incredible Hulk.
Exactly. Like, do you realize how rare of a human being that is? That's insane to me that we've witnessed that.
It's so rare that we haven't seen it again. We saw a pretty decent clone, but he still wasn't MJ.
Right. We saw someone that had pretty much had all the gifts to be as close to Mike as possible, and he got close, but he wasn't really that close. That's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Michael Jordan. Your two humble servants. Thank you for all the many blessings that you've bestowed upon us. Thank you for that. We're very
Come Fly
gracious.
With Me deserved the Oscar, bro. Come Fly With Me deserved the Oscar.
Yes,
Mike.
it did.
Real shit.
Yes, I actually think it should be nominated every year.
I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't. I would support that. Get it done, Hollywood.
In every genre. The score, the supporting cast, lead male role, best overall picture.
Hey, that narrator did his thing, man. That narrator did his thing.
For what lurks,
I don't know who it was.
Is the high-tech wave of the future, known as Michael Jordan. Who writes that shit? Who wrote that? The high-tech wave
shit.
of the future? You could say that
right
at
there.
any time in our history, and that sentence would still fucking strike fear into his opponents like that offensive juggernaut. See what I did there? I actually just used another line from that movie to describe a line from that movie.
Greatest movie of all time, hands down. Come Fly With Me.
Yeah.
The other two,
Yeah.
not so much.
No, but they were still pretty good. You talking about Michael Jordan Playground and Michael Jordan to
Above
the Max,
and Beyond.
right?
There's
Above
Above
and
and
Beyond.
Beyond too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Above and
Nothing.
Beyond. To the Max is the very last one. It was in IMAX.
Yeah.
I remember that shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Um,
Yeah.
But their airtime was really good.
That's the oh, you're right. That was like the 92.
That's the New York Knicks Trailblazers one.
Man.
That was good.
Wars, man.
Yes.
Speaking of wars, basketball related, I came across over the holidays. I came across, the NBA channel do these things where they cover, like a dynasty or whatever, or a team that had a good run, and they were covering the Detroit Pistons, right? Lambeer, Thomas,
Right.
Rodman, right? A couple things, bruh. They mentioned something I never really thought about. How deep the rivalry with the Bulls and the Pistons went, and especially why Isaiah and Michael going at it. A guy for the Chicago Tribune was like, "You gotta understand. You have to understand. Like before Michael Jordan came along, Isaiah Thomas was the guy in Chicago.
Yeah.
Like he was by far the biggest star. And it's like as soon as Mike came, that shit like disappeared overnight." And then it cuts to Isaiah Thomas saying, "Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I had some friends and some family members come up to me the day before a game or minutes before the game and tell me, yeah, we're going for the Bulls." I was like,
Yeah.
damn, that's cold-blooded.
Mike, man. Mike, to quote the great Larry Bird, he was a god in basketball shoes. MJ, he's just so enigmatic. Like there's just something different about the guy. Man, I'm so glad he didn't murder a white lady. Whew. Imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine Mike being what OJ is.
Yeah. That'd be nuts,
so
man. Shout
way
out
to not
Mike.
kill anybody, literally,
Yeah, man.
Mike. We've all seen you kill on the court. We've seen you kill an awful lot on the court. You were a serial killer the way you killed on the court, metaphorically. Thank God you were not a literal killer. We appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, man, MJ.
Shout out to
But
Mike.
switching gears here for a second. I know you don't like year wrap-ups, but I've compiled a list of 2017 of my unfuckwittables for 2017. I won't go in depth about these unfuckwittables like I generally do, but I will, make mention of a few things as I name each one. So without further ado, these are Tim Antici's unfuckwittables of 2017, in no specific order. First, since this is still fresh in my mind from last week, Cardi B is one of my unfuckwittables for 2017. Her trash music, her trash ass rise to fame, something I will never understand, I'll never get, but also at the same time I support because I love seeing young minority women get money, and they don't have to sell their pussy to do it. So unfuckwittable, but also shout out to Cardi B. Completely unfuckwittable is the Cash Me Outside girl. Apparently somebody signed her to a record deal. I don't know who did it and why, but I hope we never ever see that little bitch's face. Oh shit, I shouldn't say that. Fuck it. I hope to never see her face in 2018. And I said I can't say that because she's still a minor. I shouldn't be calling her a little bitch. If she's over 18, it's fair game. But anyway, also we saw the biggest pussy in NBA history, Kevin Durant, win an NBA championship. And that's unfuckwittable on every conceivable sports and competition level. And that was the most illegitimate championship that an athlete in any professional sport has ever won. Fuck you, KD. Also, KD exposing himself as the pussy we all knew him to be on Twitter. That moment in 2017 was great for me because I like being proven right sometimes. Also, Harvey Weinstein, Kevin Spacey, all of those fucking diddlers and rapists and harassers. I hope we leave them all back in 2017. I hope 2018 does not open the floodgates for more motherfuckers getting exposed. I hope the bad has already gone out. I hope just the good guys are left. Speaking of bad people, Donald Trump's 2017 this year will go down as the most random of all the years in modern history because a fucking reality show host is the president of the United States. Fucking weird. The NFL and the whole Colin Kaepernick thing, they handled things wrong from the jump. Haven't watched NFL all year. Don't miss it one bit. Fuck you, Roger Goodell. Also, Roy Moore and his child-loving ass. I'm so glad that pedophile lost because if he won, I would have completely lost faith in this country and devised a plan to leave and never come back. So I'm glad I don't have to do that. The Mayweather-McGregor fight, although I did waste money watching that fight, it was a spectacle. It was a fucking money grab. It was the Great White Hype starring Damon Wayans and Samuel L. Jackson in real life. McGregor had no chance of winning that fight. We all knew it. Mayweather carried that fight until he decided to cash out in the middle of the ring. Not only did he walk away with the purse and the pay-per-view gate percentage, that motherfucker also cashed out at the sports book for betting on himself when he started, before the fight started. So we all got played. And it sucks if it get played. And last but not least, and this will likely be on my list every year, a topic and a subject and individuals who are near and dear and also very far from my heart. And that would be you Instagram whores. I hope in 2018 we could start celebrating more respectable women who don't have to sell their bodies in order to make money, who don't have to whore themselves out on social media in order to gain attention. I hope in 2018, intelligent women, educated women, women who dress respectably, but also sexy, but leave a lot to the imagination. I hope we can start celebrating those kinds of women. Because as I've stated before, those are women. Those are real people. Those are our sisters and our mothers and our cousins. These are the women that we'll feel very happy to bring home. These whores, however, we would never introduce them to our mothers. We might talk to our fathers about them because we all know that our daddies were players back in the day too. But we want women that we are going to feel comfortable with raising a child with. So anyway, that's all.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the annual wrap-ups, but that was a pretty dope one. The only thing I would add,
Thanks, man.
The only thing I would add is we got to add Eminem's Revival album.
I'm going to add that under protest.
That was an unfuckwittable for me. I know you disagree there, but I gave it a shot. I did, and I'm not fucking with it.
Well, not fully. I don't fully disagree. I understand why you would feel that way.
Okay, I understand. Okay, that's understandable. Then we also forgot about Tyrese. Temporarily losing his mind.
Oh shit!
For that was unfuckwittable.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. That was
yeah,
extremely
yeah.
unfuckwittable.
And you know, we didn't leave him out, but the fact that you mentioned him, I was thinking, you know, 20 years from now, right? When we're still doing this and we're on call 1,000.
I'm not sure what that math is, but something tells me 20 years from now we'll be well over 1,000.
Probably right.
Yeah, because I mean, let's see, about about 3 years is about 1,000.
All right, I
But no,
forgot to carry the
52
one.
weeks. Let's see,
I forgot to
52
carry the
weeks.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, 52 weeks in a year. Yeah, it'd be a little more than 1,000. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, the decimal messed me up. So yeah, uh, do you realize there's a strong possibility Donald Trump might be the GOAT unfuckwittable?
Yeah, something tells me that he is a first ballot Hall of Fame unfuckwittable. He will always have the power ranking of number one.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He'll never not be
no one's fucking
unfuckwittable.
with Donald.
Yeah, but also in 20 years, he'll be dead. And I still won't fuck with him.
Yeah,
Oh, there's definitely a good chance he'll be dead. He's not living past 90. Actually, he might not live past 85. You see what that motherfucker eats?
yeah. Well, I mean, but
His diet is a fat kid's dream.
let's be honest, man. If someone told me that they eat like that, I wouldn't be. I don't think they would make it to 70. I wouldn't think they'd make it to 70. So,
That's fair.
I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah. He is the GOAT unfuckwittable. Fuck Donald Trump and anybody that love him and his whole family, even his kid Barron.
Damn.
Fuck all of them.
Damn.
Yeah,
You went
yeah.
Tupac hit him up.
Yeah.
You went Tupac hit him up there.
Yeah. Absolutely, and I mean every word of it. So, I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
So, we love music. We talk about hip hop all the time. What was your favorite hip hop album or most surprising album of 2017? And it could be one or the other. It could be, one of them is your favorite of 2017. The other one could be the most surprising of 2017.
No, it has to be album, or are we talking mixtapes as well, or is it like studio release?
You can throw that in there. That's fair. You can throw that in there.
Off the top of my head, I feel like Shadow of a Doubt with Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah,
I feel like that's one of the highlights of 2017 for me. Like really well put together.
I feel like that was 2016.
I really hope it wasn't, but
I feel like it's
you
2016.
might be right.
Let me look.
Yeah, let's confirm.
Shadow of a Doubt was 2015, fool.
Oh, wait, my bad. I meant the other one, bro. The other one.
Oh, you're talking about You Only Live Twice.
Yeah, that one. That was 2017.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. That was this year.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, my favorite cut on that album is Amnesia.
Okay.
And close second is I forget the name of it. So I think it's like, was it Broken Glass or some shit like that? I forget.
Crushed Glass, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Then I don't know, as far as mixtapes go, the last album or mixtape that Buck dropped was pretty dope. 10 Street Commandments. Pleasant surprise. That's it, man. Like I don't. Did Banks release anything in 2017?
Nah. Nah, he didn't.
Nah. That's all I got, man. And nah, that's all I got, man. That's all I got.
I think for me the best album of 2017, and this came late in 2017. I want to say like the best album of 2017 was Sci-Hi's album. For
I
me,
was
I think that
about
was
to
the
put
best
him on the
album.
list. I was close to putting him on that
Was
list. Uh, but he's like honorable mention for me.
okay, yeah, I find that to be probably the best album for me. The most surprising album for me, I think, was the Wu-Tang album.
Oh,
Yeah, I think I've talked about this before. I always liked Wu Tang, but I never grew up as a huge Wu Tang fan. Like I was never a huge Wu Tang fan. I just liked them. But this album, which actually was supposed to be a Method Man album, this album was surprisingly very dope. Like very dope. So that's for me. I mean, as far as like like R&B and shit goes, like Sam Smith's album was fire. John Legend, which I'm still trying to figure out if that was 2016 or 17. That shit was dope. Yeah, there's some good music out this year.
surprised you didn't put no Jeezy. Jeezy didn't make that list, huh?
You know, no. Jeezy's album was just okay to me. And here's why. Like, and I'm a huge Jeezy fan. What's one thing about Jeezy's albums that you really always like look forward to?
Man, you know what? To be honest, I go with the beats. I know, like, I feel like he's one of the better beat. I guess better
Beat
rappers that use
pickers?
beats. Yeah, beat pickers. Yeah.
For me, the one thing I look forward to on all Jeezy albums and mixtapes is his intro. Jeezy knows how to start an album better than almost any rapper I've ever heard. Like he always hits you with like that anthem. And this album didn't have that. So not a big deal. Because honestly, Church in These Streets didn't really have like the first track wasn't really like that either. So I was like, okay, I can circle back and like get like a standing ovation type of track or don't you know kind of track or just something that like just leaves you with that impression like man this is why he's the best at doing what he does. There was no track like that on this album. I would say the closest we got is that track with him and Diddy. Like this new Jeezy album doesn't really, and he's had a couple albums like this. It just doesn't. It's not the same Jeezy that I love. It's just a little different. It's still, he still obviously has some flashes of Jeezy, but I don't know. It was just all right.
But I'm not gonna say he fell off. I can't say that.
Nah.
He just didn't come
Jeezy
correct.
can't fall off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I refuse to believe Jeezy can fall off because like he'll release a mixtape in like 6 months that's gonna be fucking fire.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what he does.
Yeah, so anyway, sorry, I got distracted. What else? Again, we don't want to talk wrap ups too much, but what was something that stood out for you in 2017 that either you hope to see us as a society do better, or something that you really like from 2017? What was like that moment for you?
Something that I hoped definitely something that I hoped we could do better in 2017 was the whole shit with the NFL, the protest, and how we all missed the bigger point. What the whole issue was really about. and how it quickly turned into people hating America or disrespecting America. That's one thing that kind of stuck out for me in 2017, like how easily the nation became divided.
It didn't take much.
Right.
We were already like about to pop out of the seams.
Right, that's true. But you know when that was going on, it was being talked about everywhere, and everybody had an opinion. And just you would hear people casually talking about it wherever you went, and sometimes you'd be surprised on the different opinions and who they come from. You know, so people you think or you thought would be on your side or have the same opinion as yours, they had completely different ones. That was kind of alarming. Like, whoa. So because of that NFL shit,
Yeah,
you were able to see it right in front of your eyes. It's
that's a
pretty
hell of a
crazy.
point.
Yeah. And I would argue that that type of thing it happened with the election as well, but like shortly after Trump got elected, people weren't really as vocal about supporting him. They were kind of hiding in the
Right.
shadows. But with the NFL shit, people weren't afraid to express their thoughts at all. So you were seeing all types of points of views, right? So that was pretty crazy. And then I guess where you're saying like the highlight of 2017, bruh.
Were there
I
any?
mean, look, I don't know if they're. Well, I guess a highlight of 2017, if we're going as far as society goes, I guess a highlight is the thing with Hollywood. Now, what I mean by that is pieces of shit getting exposed. You know,
Right.
that have been getting away with this shit for years. That's foul. That's what I'm talking about. Because the right needs to come to light. That's a highlight. Now, a less serious highlight for me was 2017 being the best boxing year in the history of boxing.
Yeah. Yeah. You couldn't be more right about that.
Yeah, I feel like we have been blessed to be able to witness 2017 as boxing fans. So much up and coming talent. Being able to see the GOAT cash out on an entertainment fight, but at the end of the day, it was still a fight. And the heavyweights, like coming back. Joshua
Heavyweights
Wilder.
back.
Yeah, man. It has to be the best year. The only bad spots for 2017 as far as boxing goes was the Rigo Lomo fight and the Canelo Triple G fight. Those were letdowns, but it still didn't take away from the year, So
I
I
think
just
the
did a fucking wrap
decision with
up.
the
There you
Triple
go.
G, the Triple G Canelo fight, I think the decision was a letdown, but the fight overall was pretty decent.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, it was a decent fight. Yeah, the decision was just crazy. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
point.
Um, I have a surprising thing for 2017. I'm still shocked that people still give a fuck about the Kardashians. In 2017, we still care what they're doing. Like who's pregnant, who had a new surgery. Like I don't get it. And all of them getting pregnant around the same time is just more fuel for us to give a fuck about them in 2018. Like Kylie and Chloe are pregnant. Isn't Kim having a new kid? Or just had one or something?
I don't know. I think so. I don't
It
know.
it's so fucking weird to me still. The highlight of 2017 for me, fuck. You know, I'm always so negative, right? Like, which is probably why I have no idea what a highlight was. I mean, you said boxing. That's true. But I don't know. Maybe my highlight is going to happen in 2018. Yeah, let's go with that. The highlight's going to happen in 2018. Because I don't necessarily have one. And because even the positive spin you put on a negative thing, I'm only thinking of the negative side of it. So, in 2018, I hope to see LeBron James be crowned a champion once again. I also hope that the Golden State Warriors are not even in the finals. That would be a crazy twist on 2018. And like somebody like the Houston Rockets or somebody beat them, or San Antonio gets their revenge or something. Like, that would be dope. So I'm hopeful for 2018. I think this might be the year that Donald Trump gets impeached. And hopefully it happens within the first half of the year. But yeah, that's it, man. I don't really know how long this call has been going. Oh, but I will. There's one last thing I do want to mention. Is to our listeners, there was a moment a little while ago that none of you had an idea about. We paused the recording because I had to take a really urgent piss. I was holding it for a while, and I was waiting for the right moment to ask IQ to pause so I can go handle that. You know, sometimes when you wait such a long time when you got to take a piss, like, it's like the piss isn't flowing fast enough out of you. Like, it feels like you're like rushing it out of there. Like, I just wanted to kind of spill out. Like, I want my water to break, if you will. But while I'm in front of the toilet. Like, I wish my urethra was like maybe twice the size so the pee could flow faster out. You know? I was thinking of that the whole time I was pissing. All of those thoughts happened in succession while I was pissing. That's how long of a piss I took, and that's how relieving it was. It was so relieving, I wanted it to be more relieving.
Well, I guess you don't remember the story of me damn near pissing my pants in your truck. You don't remember that, do you?
No.
You don't?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well,
please enlighten me.
Yeah,
Hold on. It's coming back. Tell the story. I think I'm remembering what you're talking about.
Well, I think you should, because it was your fault. But
my fault.
Yes, 100% your fault. Yeah. If I had ended up pissing my pants in that truck, because we were around other friends, I would have literally blamed everything on you. Like, it would have been a grudge. And I'll tell you why. So, we were in college, and we had a mutual friend. She was having a house party, okay? And I can't remember where exactly she lived, but I do know minimum it was like a 45-minute drive, okay? So, we're getting ready. We're pre-gaming, right? And then you're
right.
Hey,
as we
IQ,
did in those days.
Right. You're like, hey, IQ, I got us something, right? I was like, oh, shit, that's what's up, man. Turn around, and you have, I want to say either it was 240s or 440s. I can't remember.
Real nigga shit, 40s.
Right,
Holler at me.
Right. So we're going to roll up to this house party.
And before you continue, shout out to Johnny K, the only man I know that could chug a 40 in one gulp. Well, not one gulp, just like, one succession, like no breaks, no pauses. So shout out to him. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, dude is talented. That's a skill. So we roll up to this party, drinking 40s. Now, I'm pretty sure by the end of the night, we had finished drinking either 2 or 2.5 40s. But the problem was, and don't get me wrong, the party was dope. You know, the chick was cool. It was nice. But the problem was, I would say maybe an hour and a half into the party, the fucking toilet breaks. And so,
oh yeah,
yeah.
Hey, I was trying to remember what party you were talking about. Like I had no idea. And as you're telling the story, I'm starting to remember.
Right. Yeah. I remember
know
like
exactly
it was yesterday.
what party we were.
Like it was fucking yesterday. Yeah. And so, you know, right around the time when the fucking toilet breaks, you know, them 40s hit me. So I'm like, oh shit, you know, like, well, let me try to like, you know, go outside and handle my business. But the problem was the backyard was so lit up. It was like no, and the way the backyard was set up, there was no corner. It just would have been just me out and about exposed. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, well, fuck it. Like, you know, it looked like, you know, we're about to like leave anyway. So I just like wait till we get back or whatever. Or just, you know, worst case, I'll pull over, you know, or you have 10 men pull over. So we're leaving or whatever, right? But you know, sometimes when you think you're going to leave, 20 minutes turn into like 40 minutes. So by the time we leave, I'm like, oh yeah, I got to go, right? But it's late as fuck. So we all mob in the truck. It's me, you, and I think it's like 3 other or maybe 4 other people that rode with us, right?
That's back when I was whipping the Tahoe with the third row in there with the 12-inch subwoofer. I missed that
rims
car
too.
every single day. Oh yeah,
And
I had
rims.
some Twinkies on there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, shout out to my dad for giving me that car as an early graduation present. Because there's no way I could have afforded that.
That was a dope ride though.
Yeah, I miss that fucking car, man.
Same here, man. Fuck. So we all get in the truck or whatever, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, it's not that bad. I can hold that shit, right? But then it hits me like, oh shit, we on a 45-minute drive back home. So literally 10 minutes after you leave the spot, I'm like, hey, bruh, you got to pull over. And you're like, no, I don't want to pull over. I was like, no, like, you got to pull over because I really got to go. I really got to piss, man. And you were like, no, I'm not going to pull over. And then I was like,
I was being an asshole.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, wait a minute. Like, do I just kind of take the wheel? You know, and do we just go into like a tumble roll action shot? Because I got to go,
you
right?
piss everywhere.
When you got to piss, you start tripping, right? So I'm like, hey, man, pull the fuck over, man. You're like, and then you say, no, like one last time. I'm like, well, I'm about to piss my pants in front of all these motherfuckers in this car. So now I'm starting thinking excuses of like what happened, just in case. Like, shit, you know, a bladder infection. Yeah, I'm thinking all this bullshit just in case my bladder pops, right? But then like right as I come up with these ideas, you decide to pull over. You're like, oh, I'm just playing. So I'm like, oh shit, good shit. So what? I don't know.
Oh, I was fucking with you. Oh, okay. I'm about to say, why would I be such an asshole?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, why is he being an asshole? Right?
I was drinking 40s, so niggas turn an asshole sometimes on 40s.
So like I don't know why. I don't know. I guess just depending on where we were at, you decided to pull over in a neighborhood. But at this point, I was like, well, fuck it. I'm not tripping. So I get out. I think another one of our friends get out too. And, you know, when you got to go, you got to go. So we just decide to pick we pick a random house and we take care of it on the side of the house in the bushes or whatever, right? But mind you, you know, like I said, when you're holding that shit for that long, it takes a long, long time to drain the lizard, right? So our buddy finishes.
See that? Hence the larger urethra if you had one.
Right? That's when that shit would come in handy. So our friend finishes. He goes back in the truck or whatever, right? But I got at least another minute left, right? So I'm like, that feeling hits you where you're like, oh my God, this shit feel good, bruh. Like, it's like you can relax. All the weight is gone from your shoulders. That moment, I'm in that moment right there, right? And literally, I look up and I see like I guess a kitchen light or a bedroom light flick on, and I'm like, oh shit! But so then I hear y'all like, oh, IQ, come on, let's get in the car. Like somebody in the house, and I'm looking back at y'all like, if y'all think I'm about to cut this shit off for the sake of getting back in this truck just so nobody see me, nah, I'm good. I've been holding this shit in for 2 hours, so I was like, fuck it, so I continue to do my thing, right? So then I'm literally looking straight up at this window with the light on, and then an old like grandma like peeks, like opens the curtain, peeks out the window. So I'm literally just staring at her, staring at my shit while I'm pissing on her house. It's awkward as fuck. But not once did I think about cutting that shit off. I was like, this is awkward, but hey, I gotta do what I gotta do. So there was like, it probably only lasted like 10 seconds, but it felt like 5 minutes. Me and this lady were just staring at each other while I'm pissing on the side of our house. So then, like, she starts, like, rambling around. I'm thinking, like, oh, she about to come outside or get her husband or whatever, So, like, right then I finish, run, jump in the truck, and I think we sped off. So, yeah, I know what it's like to hold your piss.
Hey, I remember everything about that night now. Yeah. Oh man. That was a dope party.
Yeah, it's safe to say that it was 100% all your fault. You got the 40s. You took us to the house party, had a broken toilet, and you took forever to pull over. So it's 3 for 3, bruh. 3 for 3.
Yeah, I kind of understand why you would place the blame all on me.
Yeah.
But here's where that word accountability comes into play. Thing number one, you know me. That's it. That's number one. You know me. Come on. Thing number two is you chose to go with me to the party. Thing number three is you chose to drink them 40s. Thing number four, you chose to get in the car with me when you had to take a piss. Thing number five is I be fucking around sometimes. Thing number six is you're not a child. You should know you should probably take a piss before you leave somewhere.
Yeah, I know. I agree. I'm an adult, and adults like to piss in bathrooms. Unfortunately, the bathroom was all fucked up. And where I come from, if someone offer you a 40, you don't turn that shit down.
That's true.
You gladly accept. You must.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, man.
Shouts out to Old English 800s.
Yeah, cut that check, though. Come on.
Oh, E. I haven't had it. When's the last time you had a 40?
You know what, man? About 2 days ago. Surprisingly.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. It's one of those days where, you get off work, you're like, you know what? I'm going to cook a fucking steak, some mashed potatoes, and I'm going to have a beer with this shit. It's one of those days, watch
Not
some,
just any beer, a 40.
40, yeah.
Malt liquor.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I was still living in Vegas the last time I had my last 40. Me and the homie had a 40 porty, and which it was just him and I. We had, if ever we drank or smoked or something, we would like try to theme it something. And I only made it through 140. Like, and he wasn't much of a drinker, so I'm pretty sure he didn't even make it through his 140. But that was the last time, man. Yeah, I can't turn those 40 bottles upside down like I used to.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are good old days. You could just
man.
drink and just be fine. And within a couple hours.
Yeah. You had that momentum. You had that youth on your side. Now, man, shit, I regret everything I've ever done in my life when I wake up tired. Like, man, why did I even bother living today? I be placing blame all on me. But I think we might be at that time limit by now, man. If we're not, oh well. But we've been getting after it for a minute, so I guess we can probably chop this shit up and get going. What do you say?
That's what's up, man. Well, yeah. Happy New Year. Even though you won't be making
Happy
any
New Year,
resolutions. Happy New Year. Happy
No,
New
fuck
Year
a
to the
resolution.
Happy New Year to the Fried Bologna homies out there. 2018.
Thanks for fucking with us. Mm-hmm. Thanks for fucking with us throughout 2017 and from our debut, from the inception of Fried Bologna, since we ripped open that package and threw the slice onto the skillet. Thanks for fucking with us. 2018 is going to be even bigger. Do your part as fans. Tell a friend. Let them know to start fucking with us. And hopefully we can do a lot more. Again, if any one of you ever want to be on a call of ours, email us at bolognahomies@gmail.com. Hit us up on Twitter or Instagram. If you know us personally, go ahead and just text us and say you want to fuck with us. And yeah, man, thank you all for fucking with us.
Yeah, what he said. And please send all of your cease and desist letters and hate mail directly to Tin Man TC. Keep that up. We love those letters. All right.
Yeah. Go ahead and send them shits. I'm gonna do what I do with all the rest of them.
read them all.
Yeah. That's exactly what I do with them. So, IQ, as always, man, we're just a couple suburban hood niggas out here trying to make it.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Happy New Year, homie. Take it easy.
All right, man. You too. Peace.
Peace.